Okay, so at this point, you should either have the guided notes or you have a piece of loose leaf to take notes. And so today is 1.4 basic exponent rules. Right, so this whole unit is kind of just like foundational algebra skills. So today we're going to be reviewing some exponent properties. Okay, so let's say we had the problem negative 2x to the fifth times 4x squared. Essentially, what this is saying is, hey, we're doing negative 2 times 4, right? These are these parts right here. And then we have 5 x's from here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we have 2 x's from here, 1, 2. So essentially, negative 2 times 4 is negative 8, and if we count how many x's we have, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, we have 7 x's. So we can write this as negative 8x to the seventh, and that is the product of these two things. Now, instead of writing everything out every single time, there is actually just like a shortcut, right? Which is we are going to multiply the coefficients. So multiply coefficients, and we add the exponents. Right? So that makes sense with our answer, right? Because negative 2 times 4 was negative 8. 5 plus 2 gave us the 7. So we multiply the coefficients and we add the exponents, okay? Now let's look at a slightly different problem. Let's say we have something like this. We have 3x squared, and it's to the power of 3. What this means is 3x squared is happening 3 times. So essentially I can write this as 3x squared times 3x squared times 3x squared, right? And as we know from before, this is essentially saying 3 times 3 times 3, and then we have 2x's here, 2x's here, 2x's here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if you put this in your calculator, 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. And if you count how many x's, we have 6 of them, right? But again, it's kind of a lot of work to write all of that out. So here's the little rule. Now, this is the part that people mess up on. This 3 over here actually has its own invisible exponent. So the first thing you have to do is put the invisible exponent. Now what we're going to do is we distribute the thing on the outside, the exponent on the outside, to the exponents on the inside. So we're distributing, meaning we're going to multiply, right? So this is essentially saying, well, 3 to the power of 1 times 3 is 3. And then x to the power of, well, 2 times 3 is 6. And if you put this in your calculator, you will get 27. So again, you get the same answer, 27x to the 6th. Okay, so again, when you have a power to a power, that's what this is called, because you have the power and it's to another power, you multiply, versus the other one where you add. Okay, so if you have the guided notes, it's already written out for you. If you're doing it on loose leaf, try these 4 questions right here. Pause the video right now, try the questions. Okay. So I'm just going to quickly write the answers. You should have gotten 15x to the 8th, 12x to the 5th, right? Because there's an invisible exponent of 1. This should have been 9x to the 14th, and this should have been 16x to the 6th, okay? If you got any of those wrong, just call one of us over or ask your partner or someone in your table group. Now, try these questions, okay? So again, pause the video and try these questions. Okay, hopefully you've attempted these questions, right? So again, first thing, you want to add your invisible exponents to the x. So here we have 4 times 5, which is 20, and then our x's, well, we have 3 here and 1 here, so x to the 4th, and then y, we have 2 plus 5, which is 7, right? We're adding the exponents. Here we have negative 2 times negative 4, which is positive 8. We add the x's, 7 plus 2 is 9. For the y's, 3 plus 6 is also 9. And then here we have Again, you can use your calculator to multiply fractions. If you're not sure how to do that, let us know. Otherwise, shortcut, multiply straight across. 1 times 5 is 5, 2 times 2 is 4. We have 1x in the first term, 2 in the second, so x to the third, and then 1y, and then 5y, so y to the sixth. Okay? So now you know like basic exponent rules, okay? Let's try just some other questions, okay? Let's say I'm given 6x to the fifth is equal to 2x squared times something, and I'm trying to figure out, hey, what that something is, okay? So you want to think in your head, right? You may already know how to do this. 2 times whatever has to equal 6. So 2 times what gives you 6? You can either do 6 divided by 2, or you may know in your head, that is 3. And then for the x's, you know 2 plus something has to equal 5, right? So you can either think 2 plus what gives me 5, or you can do 5 minus 2, which gives you 3. So that is the missing term. We can also distribute exponents. So let's say we have 5x to the third, and then inside the parentheses we have 2x squared minus 3x plus 6. Again, when we have parentheses like this, to get rid of them, we distribute. Just remember, we have invisible exponents, and so we can go ahead. So 5 times 2 is 10, x to the third times x to the second. We add them, so 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. And then we add the x's. So 3 plus 1, don't forget this is a 1. So x to the fourth plus 5 times 6 is 30. And we don't have any x's to combine, so it just stays as x to the third. So this would be your final answer. Okay? So last thing that you're going to do before practice is try these 4 problems here. Pause the video, try them, and then we're going to go through the answers, and then you're going to start your practice. Okay, hopefully you attempted these problems. This answer was 3x to the fifth. This was negative 10xy. This was 6x to the fourth, y to the fifth, plus 3x to the third, y to the sixth. Oh my goodness. Minus 12x squared, y to the seventh. Here we have negative 7x to the fourth plus 14x to the third minus 21x squared. If you are lost, ask someone. If you understand at this point, either get a paper delta copy or you can do it on the computer. Okay.